And good afternoon. Welcome to the Medium channel where we bring you the spirituality behind the message to assist you in the awakening process. And I see the pictures already glitching. We've been having some ongoing problems with our Wi-Fi here. I apologize for that. If we lose the picture, if I freeze, the audio should stay intact for this entire live stream. So I just have to mention that because I see it's already happening. And so we have a very powerful new moon, another powerful new moon coming up Thursday, the 28th, 1:55 p.m. here on the East Coast, and Eastern time. And you can check your local time for that. There's 5 things that I have listed. I work from my notes when I do, these more astrological, numerological forecasts, although it's always from intuition, it's always from spirit, but we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology and numerology behind it also. So there's 5 things. The fifth one is especially important for this community and this group, followed by a series of exercises that spirit gave me for us to do during this lunar cycle. And excuse me. And um, some of them we do, some of them are new, and so that's yeah, basically it. The new moons are important because whatever happening in the new moon forms the template for the entire lunar cycle. So the moment of the new moon, we check the astrology and numerology. Astrology and numerology just are ways of that we can see with our own eyes, through the angles of the planets, the movements of the planet, and the numbers, the way that the energy is playing out. So it's basically a roadmap to tell us how the frequencies and the energies are moving through us and through the earth and through the universe at this time. So that's basically it. So the energies for this new moon are going to be very active and very healing. Sun and Mercury are the primary planets in play here. The reason being is that this new moon is at 5 degrees of Leo. Leo is ruled by the Sun. The number 5, the 5 degree point, is Mercury ruled. So you put these energies together, it's very swift, it's very active, it's very healing. So this Leo new moon is going to promote strength, it's going to promote high energy, it's going to give us extra energy to overcome challenges that we're facing in our individual lives as well as what we're facing collectively in the world around us. And we definitely need that. The only thing is with this energy, because Mercury is very swift, it's the trickster also, is that we can burn out fast. So make sure we're getting our rest and that we're not overdoing it. So you don't burn out too quickly. Um, and that's basically it. So the first one, number one, is breakdown to breakthrough. I forgot where I first heard that saying. I wish I remembered, because I'd love to give whoever that person is a shout out, because that's a very clever slogan. Breakdown to breakthrough. The systems will continue to break down, but they're going to get a little bit of a firecracker, so to speak, from the cosmos. Part of that is through Uranus will be stationed at 18 degrees Taurus during this new moon, and it's going to be conjunct with Mars in the North Node. Now, that triple alignment that we've talked about, and Charita did a whole video for us, which I have in the comments section, both on the live stream as well as when this becomes a video. It's at 18 degrees of Taurus. That's going to be a real catalyst, kind of like again, throwing a big firecracker into the mix to just kind of explode things and get things going. So expect a lot of changes. Yeah, we talk about the systems, okay, and now I have officially frozen as I promised I would. So you get to see me in full freeze mode unless this changes. But anyways, the show must go on. uh, so Uranus is stationed at 18 degrees of Taurus. Um, and then Mercury, it's going to square that triple conjunction. Now, because it's 5 degrees degree point, Mercury is a very significant player. So what Mercury does carries extra weight during this new moon cycle. So Mercury is squaring this triple conjunction, and that's really what's going to help to catalyze a lot of changes. We talk about breakdowns of society. It's challenging, it's troubling, people suffer, but it's necessary. And once the breakdown happens, then we have our breakthroughs, both individually as well as collectively. So we have our collective breakthroughs as a society, um, and a lot of awakening can follow. So there's likely to be a lot of more protests. There could be some revolution in the air because it's Taurus and because of other factors. The financial systems and the government systems get hit especially hard. So expect it to be a volatile month when it comes to those types of things. So number two is that this is the moon of yin and yang, and there's reasons for that. One of them is Mercury's going to form a weak opposition with Saturn, and that in effect forms a T square with the great alignment, which is again Uranus. Can I remember? Uranus, Mars, in the North Node, and it's actually, if you want to include the South Node, that makes it a grand cross because the South Node always opposes the North Node. So that creates a lot of that duality energy. Remember, Mercury also rules Gemini, the sign of duality, and this has an effect of intensifying the extremes. It has the effect of creating more divide. Um, and that's basically what's been happening. It creates more resistance, more revolution. So the powers that be that want to fulfill their agendas and move forward with their agendas basically are clamping down, so to speak. Meanwhile, the resistance is increasing. So there's that whole question of centralization versus decentralization, and you can expect also some surprise twists in the news. Perhaps for the January 6th hearing, we may see a few little things that are unexpected. Um, you can expect more people awakening, but you can also expect more pressure from the powers that be to try to trick people, to try to program people, to try to get people scared, frightened, divided, and off their game. Um, Now remember, the heart center is the great unifier. Leo rules the sun. Leo rules the heart. When we're in the heart, there's no duality because there's just energy, there's just love, there's just compassion. So duality is two sides of the same whole. So, exact opposites are basically one and the same. So remember also, there's always in the yin yang symbol, there's always a little bit of yin in the yang, and there's always a little bit of yang in the yin. So remember to respect other people's points of views, to be in your heart, be in your presence. You're not so easily triggered by what's going on the outside of the news, the environment, as well as other people. And then you can kind of step back and observe things and observe your reactions. And then you can access your spirit and access higher truths and interject higher truths into the debate, whatever that is. But you can expect a lot of that kind of diversity, opposites, and all that stuff. So that's number two. Number three is weather, climate, more in the news. We talked about that the other day. So watch out. One of the things that came to my mind when I was preparing this, I was seeing a tropical low, like maybe a tropical storm or hurricane in the northwest Gulf, just raining itself out. That would be like over Texas, probably. Maybe even Mexico in the northwest Gulf. So the floods, more fires, the fires in California are ramping up. The drought rages on, the mega drought in the West. There's more instability, all these things that are going on. Uranus, tend to create more instability in the earth, especially with Taurus in play. Long and the short of it is we may see more like seismic activity, even here in the U.S. Dormant volcanoes like under Yellowstone, for example, or the desert Southwest. We may start to see some activity there also. So lots of going on with the weather and the climate. We're probably going to see a lot of news with that. So number four is expect new technology rollouts, new advancements in technology. One of the things I mentioned in my 2022 forecast that I did in December, now that would be the same forecast where the prediction of military activity in Europe came up for the month of April, and a major world leader stepping down in the month of July. Now, as it turned out, 4 or 5 major world leaders have stepped down in the month of July, and there may even be one more to go. I mean, in December, I mentioned Joe Biden as a possible candidate. I mean, we'll see about that. But I also mentioned this. My second choice was a British Prime Minister, and that's actually what happened with Boris Johnson. So, Biden may be safe. And of course, we wish him a speedy recovery and good health from his bout with COVID and everything. But these are things to keep in mind. So getting back in August, I actually predicted some kind of a major shift in the virus where we may see cases drop off unexpectedly. That's one prediction I hope that comes true. When it comes to psychic prediction and forecast, time is fluid, things change as consciousness change. Not every one of them has come out to be 100% accurate. Of course, I'll always on my channel talk about the hits, but there have been a few, shall we say, less than hits that have come up also. The thing is, we have free will collectively and individually. Not everything's going to come out to the letter, but if that prediction pans out, we may see a major shift in the trajectory of the virus. So you can expect also things with new vaccines, with the new variants, and some admissions about the foreknowledge that the vaccines were not going to be as effective as advertised. Now, this is not a conspiracy theory. We don't do these here. These are actually statements from people pretty high up, and people that were actually part of the testing process for companies like Pfizer or whatever. So there was some foreknowledge that what was presented to the public was not 100% accurate, and there were flaws in the testing protocols and all that kind of stuff. Again, these are statements that have come out. It's not a conspiracy theory. So we may hear more about that. We may hear more about news of lockdowns. But getting to the point of number 4, medical advancements, we're probably going to hear they're already available. We're probably going to see some rollouts, hear more about that. Some pretty incredible things, some ET connections, stuff like that. So technology rollouts, advances in technology, that's likely to be in the news in August, or during this lunar cycle, I should say, in general. Now, number 5, and this is for us, this new moon gives us greater tenacity and greater willpower. And one of the reasons for that astrologically is that Jupiter is going to be stationed in Aries, and it's going to be trining the new moon. So this is about, Jupiter's about expansion, and the sign Leo, where the sun and moon conjunct on the new moon, is about the heart and love. So this is really about expansion through the heart. And we come into the lion's portal gate also. That starts around when the sun hits 8 degrees of Leo, which is just a couple, it's, I think, the 31st of July, the 1st of August. And then it peaks when the sun is around 15 degrees, right in the middle of the sign Leo. That happens on or right around the 8th. So that's 8-8. So there's a lot of 8 energy connected with that. So it's a portal of the heart. Do lots and lots of heart expansions. This will, with Jupiter in play also, this will add to that Leo energy of will, of empowerment. So this is your golden opportunity to change habits, to change things that have been keeping you at bay, that have been holding you back, that have caused you to be in a holding pattern, whether it's through programming from childhood. Habits are very hard to change because the subconscious mind thrives on regularity and routines. That's what it believes we need to survive. So our subconscious actually resists changes. And when we change our habits or change our thoughts and emotions, it's actually it's like a withdrawal they experience, because our emotions are hormonal. And when we become used to certain emotional reactions day in and day out, our bodies become addicted to those hormones. So changing habits is very difficult on a couple of different fronts. The good news is that this new moon is going to give you extra energy to power through that. So really work on those healthy habits now, and really work on changing the bad one, whether it's personal habits, whether it's your patterns of thoughts, your emotional reactions. All of that plays a major role in what you create in your life. And as you start to change, you affect the collective, and you help other people to make the same changes also. So another thing that I mentioned is that in this new moon template, there's a lot of planets in the fixed signs. Fixed signs don't necessarily like change. They like things to be fixed and orderly. So we must apply that strong Leo will to change yourself, to change your mind, to change your reality. As Joe Dispenza says, change your personality to change your personal reality. So here's a few exercises to do. And I just want to, and I'm assuming everybody's hearing me, even though I frozen, because nobody's, and anybody that came late, again, I apologize for the problems ongoing problems I've been having with my Wi-Fi lately, with my live streams. So what I have on the screen is just a link to a live that I did last Thursday about what I think are going to be the biggest news stories, in August and into the autumn season. So that'll give you a little bit more detail, and that's more of channeled information versus astrological information. So again, if you're interested, I've got it posted for you guys there. So the first exercise is what's I call the grounding anchor. I first learned this from a shamanic healer named Jen Bergeron, although I've done variations of this, through different teachers. But all that you do is you get nice and relaxed, always get present, always practice presence every day, every moment you think about it, stop your thoughts, be in observer mode. And as you get into the habit of that, then your life changes because you draw more from spirit, because you're not so locked into the routine patterns and programming of your personal and conscious mind anymore. So so get nice and present. Visualize right in your belly. There's a big anchor, and in your mind, just drop it through your root chakra, down through the floor and into the ground, into the center of the earth. Visualize as the anchor drops that there's a thick cord that connects your sacral chakra and your root chakra with the anchor, and feel it almost like pull up and feel that this rope, this cord is taut, and that you're firmly anchored in the ground. So that's a really wonderful full grounding exercise. You can augment that by inhaling and breathing through the anchor up into your body, then exhaling and downloading any energy you don't want anymore back to the earth. The earth will recycle that energy and change it into positive energy for you. So number two, I wish this is where I wish I could give you the picture, but I can't because of the tech issues. But to do the lines pose from yoga, and what you do, you stick your tongue out as far as you can, and then you kind of curl it down towards your chin. Inhale, and then when you exhale, you kind of go kind of make that sound with your tongue out as far as it can go. Okay, come on, picture, come back so I can show the people. Come on, come on. No, they're not listening to me today. So and then inhale, then exhale again, stick your tongue out, and I go, ah. And as you're doing that, making that noise, you're basically like, it's almost like vomiting, right? That sounds, you're kind of vomiting all negative energy out of your body, out of your aura, out of your system. It's Leo. So do the lion's pose from yoga. Number three, I put down is heart-brain coherence. When we become coherent in the heart, then our heart and our brain sync. And then the heart is actually 5,000 times stronger electromagnetically than the brain. So when the heart starts to link with the brain, we start to expand the capabilities of our brain also. So you do this just by sitting with magnified compassion, appreciation, love, gratitude, peace, feeling that in your heart. You can start out with what you're grateful for. Do this for 10 minutes at a time. Feel your heart buzzing and buzzing. What's another word for buzzing? Buzzing with gratitude, and also feel your brain feeling what your heart's feeling, and just sit with that, breathe, and feel the expansion that way. I have videos also on heart brain coherence. You can check out Heart Math Institute. You can check out Greg Braden's got a lot of wonderful information also on heart brain coherence. So check them out, and you can check out some of my videos also. So the fourth and the final one is a variation on the flame technique. Leo's a fire sign, so this is going to work very well during this new moon. And what you want to do, you can either work with a live candle or just visualize you're inside of a candle. But either way, if you're working with a live candle, gaze at the center of the candle where it's bright. If not, you don't need that. Just feel like you're in the candle, that you are in the flame, and surround yourself in fire, which is protective and empowering. So you want to set that intention that as I'm in this flame, it's empowering, it's protective. I feel strong. I feel strong in my frame. I feel protected from all the outside noise. I don't know, safe might be a better word, or insulated. We're all connected to the heart center, which is great. We're one heart. Leo rules the heart, but sometimes we need to be within our own personal space, so to speak. And this will really help you to do this. So once you get that, you're in the flame, you feel like you have this separation with the world around you, but you're in the flame of the heart. So you're still connected at spirit and source. And your frame is strong, meaning that others can't talk you into things so easily, that others can't control or manipulate you as easily. So when you're strong in your frame, you're confident. You can't be pushed over so easily. And that's what we want. So once you have that, then visualize around the flame. There's a circle of like a silver platinum light all around you that's shiny. And allow this to um, deflect any negative energy that comes at you back to the source. So it's like a big round platinum mirror that surrounds you, that surrounds the flame, but it allows all positive energy through. It only deflects negative energy back. So intentions and visualization, whether you're feeling it or actually seeing it, once you get this, you program your energy fields for this effect. So visualize that and sit in that for a few minutes. This is a really, really good one for the morning. Oh, well, at least you can see me, even if I'm freeze framed right now. Um, and again, below I have another video that you can check out about the what I think is going to be the biggest news stories. And there's another one on the live thread that has Sharita Starr doing her thing about the new moon and the great triple alignment. She just did that a couple days ago. Excellent presentation by her. So in the Medium Channel news, Sunday is a big day. We have tarot time at 11 a.m. We have yoga. Finally, Doreen's back doing yoga at 5. Then at 7, I've got 7. We're doing mediumship for Lamas or Lugnasad or Midsummer's Day. Take your pick. So that's going to be July 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to do mediumship again here on the channel. So it'll be a demonstration of evidential mediumship, for the group. And I'm also going to have some pretty big announcements for things that are going to be going on in our world. That's going to be that's going to be really cool about new things that I'm developing and new ways of sharing information and stuff like that. So we'll have a couple of announcements. We do about an hour of mediumship. It's all free. My way of saying thank you for being part of this community and being here. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Sorry again about the tech issues, and hopefully one way or another, this is not going to be an ongoing problem every time I do a live. And I'll see you at the next video. I love you.